What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MULN stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we get there. Then we'll continue with the fundamental news, and I have to say that right now we are experiencing a major movement of Mullen, but it is nothing else but the reverse stock split. As you can see, it gained from the pre-market hours 2,607%, quite impressive, but it is not the real growth of this stock. Then I will continue with the fundamental news that should be a real catalyst for this asset, and at the end of this video I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video just yesterday and I've told you that this asset has a very weak fundamentals because it is inconsistent downtrend, and nothing can stop this except the beginning of their production. But I have to say that they cannot afford it because they don't have enough money to launch even one vehicle, and in my fundamental analysis I will prove my words. So as you can see right here, the movement to the upside was the result of the reverse stock split. And right now, the price of one Mullen share is 1.59 on the regular hours and about $1.77 on the pre-market hours. Definitely, we will see extremely high volatility on today's session. That is why we have to be cautious with any of our position. So let me show you and let me explain why this announcement was made in a hurry. First of all, you know that the main Nasdaq listing rule says that the stock price should be above $1 threshold. And this asset is inconsistent downtrend, as already mentioned, and its price is much below $1, obviously. But they didn't mention about another rule. On Nasdaq, as you can see, Nasdaq.com website, you can find this rule: low-priced stocks. Notwithstanding the foregoing, if during any compliance period specified in this Rule 5810C3A, a company's security has a closing bid price of 10 cents or less for 10 consecutive trading days, the listing qualifications department shall issue a staff delisting determination under Rule 5810 with respect to that security. And this is exactly the main reason why they are in a hurry to disclose this reverse stock split, because they are consistently trading for below the range of 10 cents for about 7 days. And they have 3 days left in order to be delisted from the Nasdaq. That is why David Michery disclosed this news. So, and let me show you why we cannot rely on this stock split as a very good action. Right here you can see that the price of Mullen is at about $1.79, and they have to stay above $1 mark in order to cancel the Nasdaq warning for 10 consecutive days. This means for 10 consecutive days they shouldn't lose about 45% of its value. And that is why it is a very dangerous situation. Because right now the C executives of this company are trying to push the price higher. They made several good statements in their news section. They are taking part right now in several expositions. On top of that, they disclosed some updates on the company that also was published yesterday. And let me show you some details of this update. So, as of April 30th, 2023, cash available for company operations was $116.1 million. So, for the small company, it is quite a decent number and they can operate for more than 1 year. But for the company that intends to launch their vehicle, their first production vehicle, it is nothing. It is literally zero. And on top of that, they are about to launch, as they stated, several vehicles. And each and every vehicle should have a capital expenditures of more than $1 billion. Definitely, it cannot be the reality. and that is why you cannot rely on their statements as real statements. So first of all, let me show you this. Mishawaka, Indiana, manufacturing plant. And here are the bullets. Commercial vehicle equipment transferred to Tunica MS facility for commercial class 1 launch. And this is the misleading statement, false and misleading statement, because class 1 vehicle, class 1 van is nothing else but, let me show you right here, it is a Wuling new energy cargo van made in China, and its price starts from $13.5 thousand all the way up to $17.5 thousand. And you all know that you cannot produce other manufacturers' vehicles without the license. And they don't have this license, they don't have any possibility to start this production. That's why they are trying to resell these vehicles. And on my previous video, I've showed you that they already have more than 300 vehicles stored on the Randy Marion's parking spaces. And definitely, they cannot sell even these vehicles, because they have a lot of problems with homologation on the US territory. That's why their top speed is limited, and that's why you cannot use these vehicles on the public roads. So let me show you further. I probably skip some details, but I want to pay attention right here. Mullen Class 1 and Class 3 commercial vehicles are assembled in Tunica, Mississippi. And it is also false and misleading statement, and they cannot produce these vehicles because they don't have an ability to do it. On top of that, let me show you right here about Mullen iGo. Announced the first Mullen iGo retailer located in Ireland and covering UK territory. And I have to say that they will not sell any of these vehicles, because the original price of Mullen iGo is from $5,000 all the way up to $5.3 thousand. If you add to this price some shipping costs, you cannot sell these vehicles for the price more than, I guess, $6,000 to $7,000. But in December of 2022, they unveiled the information that this vehicle should cost about $12,000. And on one of my previous video, I've showed you the information that first vehicles are available for purchasing for the price of $17,000. Why in the world they set these high prices? It doesn't make sense at all. And I have to say that a lot of people want to know more about their activity. And I have to say that the recent activity on the Twitter account from David Mishry and from Mullen Automotive shows that they want to hold the price of Mullen above $1 mark for as long as they can. And definitely, if they hold this price above $1 for 10 consecutive trading days, the warning from Nasdaq will be eliminated. And definitely, it might be quite good news in the short term, but fundamentally, they should start their production. On top of that, let me show you this picture, and it is quite interesting picture. 257 miles and still have 44% battery on dyno testing with Mullen 1 commercial van. And there are several pictures right here, but right here you can find a quite interesting comment, and I completely agree with it. First of all, why in the world they have a tacho on this dashboard? Because electric vehicles don't need this type of gauges. On top of that, let me show you in details this. Another example of someone leaping to conclusions into a drained pool. The 257 miles simply indicates distance traveled since the trip computer was reset. It is false to assume it was last reset when the vehicle was previously charged, especially when the V range indicator says otherwise. The dash display clearly shows 41 miles remaining with 44% charge left, meaning the recent driving efficiency is 41 divided by 0.44 equals 0.95 miles per percent. So, at 100% charge, the indicated charge would be about 93 miles. That's not even reaching the claimed 110 miles range from the Mullen 1 specs. On top of that, another add-on made by the Prepared for Zombies he wrote, also not counting rolling resistance of all of 4 tires, or more importantly, aerodynamics and aero resistance. And yes, that is how they mislead their shareholders. That is how they basically make a false statements. And that is how they are trying to operate, and they're trying to do their so-called work. So, and what about the technical analysis? I have to say that as long as we don't have the price action at the beginning of today's session, I cannot do any technical analysis at all, and we have to wait for at least a couple of sessions in order to see its price action. Then I will do another update to show you the potential movement and I will show you the potential price target. But in general, I still stand on my position that it is the worst company to invest in the long term. So, if you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no